There is a life force, a vitality, an energy, quickening, that is translated through you into action. And because there is only one of you in all of time, this expression is unique. And if you block it, it will not exist in any other medium, and it will be lost. The world will not have it. It is not your business to determine how good it is, nor how valuable, nor how it compares to the expressions of others. It is your business to keep it yours, clearly and directly, to keep the channel open. You do not even have to believe in yourself or your work. You have to stay open and aware to the urges that motivate you. Keep the channel open. No artist is pleased. There is no satisfaction whatever at any point. There's only a queer divine dissatisfaction, blessed unrest. Keeps us marching and makes us more alive than others. Martha Graham. Welcome back to the channel. In case you didn't know, Chris, I'm kind of blowing up right now.
I don't think that there's anyone that doesn't know that you're blowing up right now, Trueson.
I honestly, dude, I owe everybody who knows me an apology because...
Oh, I thought you were going to say a debt of gratitude.
Oh, I mean, probably, yeah,
Okay.
But also I'm sorry that you have to watch me go through this blow up.
Are you kidding? It's a thrill.
Okay, because I can't contain myself.
No,
and my
yeah.
excitement and wanting to just be like, oh, boom, yeah. Oh, what now? I'm trying to maintain a sense of humility. But
You're
I'm feeling
attracting.
myself.
It seems like you're attracting an audience of hardcore street art graffiti people.
Graffiti. Like it's all graffiti.
What does the graffiti community call them? Are they?
I don't know. Vandals, criminals, scum.
Well,
No, I'm kidding. But honestly, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing is, I'm learning. I genuinely don't know. I am not a graffiti guy at all.
Arguably, you are now.
Yeah, I guess I am now.
But no, that's been the cool thing about your videos is you're kind of learning, and then it's it seems like something will happen on your fence. And then you have to go and learn what this, I forgot what it was the other day. Oh, it was someone was flopped or someone wrote toy.
Yeah. So there's all that's the thing that's cool, that excites me. It's always excited me because it is a true outlaw art form in the literal sense. And there's very few outlaw art forms. You used to have poetry in repressive regimes that would, you couldn't have what they would consider pornography or slander against the government. So you had this whole outlaw artist movement that I don't know how much, there's no equivalent to it anymore in the US. And it produced some of the coolest art because these people are actually trying to make a change. They're being rebellious and pointing out something that the status quo won't. Anyway, graffiti is the closest thing we have to that now. And it has it doesn't always have a vigilante element to it, but there's something about it that is exciting to me as an artist because it allows to operate outside the law.
Yeah.
And that's something that a gentleman like me, I can't afford that.
Well, what's funny, and I've just for the few people that aren't following your graffiti journey, you had a bit of a situation unfolding in your backyard.
Yeah, it's been.
And we're seeing conspiracy theory culture develop in real time. There's people that think that you're doing all the art, that you've set all this up, and the reality couldn't be further from the truth.
I mean, honestly, though, if anybody thinks I could have done all of that, I did. I did.
I saw someone thinks you're a Fed, which is hilarious. As someone who's a close friend of yours, I'm you're definitely not a Fed. I mean, come
on, I could be.
You could be, but you're not. At least not yet. You haven't been approached.
Yeah, no.
But I think we have a pretty special episode.
Oh my God,
today.
dude, I can't believe it's happening. And nobody who's watching this is gonna believe this shit is real. Nobody's gonna think it's real.
Well, that's because up until this point, many people have thought that you were the person who is our guest today.
That's right.
Should we say?
Yeah, man. So if you don't know, there's been some crazy graffiti that went viral by this artist named Boost, who exists in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the whole city is covered in his name. And in the graffiti world, they call that All City. Yeah. And it was interesting.
I go to Double Shot Coffee and he's on my coffee.
There, you know what I mean? You can't escape it. And that's a thing that we kind of all share in this place that you don't really get in any other kind of way. It's like you can find a quick trip in a Reese's and the same kind of thing in other parts of the country, but you're only gonna find, well, he might be beyond here. I don't fucking know. The guy seems to be everywhere. Truly, for the longest time, I thought it was, is there a knock at the door?
That must be him.
Oh my gosh. We invited Mr. Boost, the Boost, to the show. Boost, please come on in. Come on in.
So, man,
welcome to the Park.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for joining us. Oh my goodness. This is, okay, so here's the truth.
Well, so we should, elephant in the room means obscuring his identity for obvious reasons.
Yes, we're obscuring his identity. I would like to not know you, sir, with all due respect, because I think you're actually a little bit gangster. And I am not, okay? And so I would prefer to maintain a level of anonymity within our relationship, which is why I asked you to keep the mask on. For you guys watching, I've never seen this guy's face.
He also has a flair for the dramatic. And just for our guests, like, I don't know how Boost would have shown up here, but I know that Trueson specifically said, wear a mask even before we start recording, wear the mask. So like Trueson is, influencing
No, but like for real talk though, that's what I'm really into. I'm into the performance of it. I'm into the idea of it. I'm into the story itself. I think that the best art, the finished product is just the evidence of what happened, right? The thing that happened is not the art. It was everything else. The people engaging with in this case, aerosol on a wall. That's the art. Somebody choosing to do it in the middle of the night. Somebody maintaining anonymity. That's the fucking art. Jumping fences, knowing codes, knowing how to use the can and the practice and like all this shit, the tagging, the all city, the competitive side, the beefs, whatever it is, that's the art that I want on my wall. There's many aerosol artists, muralists that can make a really cool image. There's so many. But I want the guy who's the actual gangster. I want that real shit. And so when you first hit it with, I was told Steve. So first there was the dog 7 on the wall. Yeah. And then to be completely straight, like I was not a fan. I was like, who the fuck tagged my wall? Like, excuse me, sir? Not on my property. Yeah. Nuh-uh. You didn't get permission. But then there's also this artist who's a little bit of a graffiti stan, because of all the reasons why I said it's dope. If people can't figure out the allure to it, you are just a loser. You're just a lame individual. I can't fix that for you. It's incredibly interesting. It's like punk rock. But I don't know. When it's just a weak tag, it can feel like vandalism.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same hit on it. Yeah. I thought the dog 7 said Jock 7.
That's what I read. First, it looks like a JOT 7, but then I looked at the picture again, and inside that, there's this DOG 7. Okay. So I'm pretty sure, unless it was somebody else, did you write it?
No, that wasn't me.
So, because when did you put the Boost in the alleyway?
I don't know. It was after that, I think. I think I did the billboard down the street. And then, I just walked behind the building and it was like, ooh, it's a good wall. So I did that Boost, and then I seen, I don't know how much longer it was, weeks before I seen a video.
Okay.
That might have been, I don't know when you put the video up, but it was a while.
Okay.
After I saw the video, I thought, oh shit, don't tell me you like it. Like, I'll cover all this shit. And so, yeah, then then I covered on the fence. Yeah.
And so that was a real capping. And so, dude, the thing that's cool about that is I had been aware of capping, and I never really was like a writer. I had a few moments out as a teenager because I was into like the hip hop and the excitement and all that. Saw the documentaries. But for people who don't know, like, there's a whole code of conduct amongst graffiti artists. And despite the fact that you're like breaking the law, there's certain kind of laws, and then the graffiti artists hold each other accountable through a variety of ways. And that's also, to me, like, that's art to me. That's exciting.
Yeah, that's why I went over his on the fence, was because I did a piece, or I did a color piece, of it, and he just had the outline. So I thought, well, hell, I'll just go over it. So I did that, and then everything started getting filled up back there.
Yeah.
How many people do you guys think are working on Trueson's wall? I mean, like, how many artists have touched that wall at this point, do you guys think?
I don't know. You'd know better than me.
Sink into chicken, what is it?
Minecraft chicken jockey? Minecraft chicken jockey?
Yeah.
So who do you think that is? Do you have any idea?
I think
You think you know who that is? Okay. Because they're obviously trolling us. Right? Because the hand, when I saw the handwriting, I'm like, that's a writer's hand.
And he's
like, if I can't, my hand wouldn't look anything like that. That's somebody who fucking moves a can around.
Yeah. He's also
maybe not
the one
amazingly.
That did the Vando. I think he did.
Do you think it's the same one?
Mm-hmm.
The Vando. Because I actually low-key thought I know who Vando. There's a guy I know named Vando. And by the way, I like made the connection where I was like, is that the same Vando? My bad, Vando, if it was you, homie. Gave him the 1 star. Oof.
No, I know the guy who's Vando, and I found out, and it's like, oh, it's him. That makes sense.
Okay.
Do you get to know the other graffiti artists because you see them tagging walls, or like, is there a meetup, or like, what is like that community actually like?
Man, I don't know how you meet all of them. You just kind of do. I'm not even sure how. Some of them I know forever. I mean, like I met Bowser when he was still in high school, and I was doing a big mural in the gym, and he came up to me and asked if I wrote or what my name was and stuff, and then we became friends. And then he's kind of worked the circles. Man, I'm trying to think of how I met everybody. I don't know, just out and about.
Have you lived anywhere other than Tulsa?
Yeah. I lived in Dallas and Charleston, South Carolina for a little while. I guess that's where Shepherd Ferry's from.
Oh, shit,
back then.
What was the scene out like there?
I was dead.
Oh, really?
Like Charleston. Yeah, Charleston was weird.
So what is your take on Tulsa's graph scene? How does it, like, where does it land in the scope of the world?
Man, it's doing good now. I mean, it's always been low, like just a few people, but I mean, there's more kids doing it now than I think before, than I've seen it before. And they're really getting out and doing it, and they're meeting up with each other, which is good. But it's also kind of broken up into different factions. There's probably three different groups.
Okay.
And they don't really, those 3 groups don't mix with each other.
Interesting. Why
but
do
they all have different views on graffiti. Like really big different views.
Would you elaborate?
Yeah, how would you describe those different views?
Well, you've got CTD, and that's an old school crew, and they I guess they think they're the best ones. I don't really know how they think, but I don't know. I don't really care for them. I knew them. I used to be in the crew, not anymore. Then you have, was the REA crew, and their REA is on, like trying to do mind bending stuff, which is cool. So they're really into the art of it. And
I'd love it if we could somehow get photos and be able to show those on screen or something.
Probably like as we're talking, you can do that in post-production.
It'd be really cool to like get some photos of these.
Yeah, because a lot of their stuff is at Mad Dog.
Mad Dog
Liquor. REA is like Ruhek, Zawadi, Cumes, Quiver, and probably some others.
Okay.
And CTD that's Taboo, Down, Yaxer, Waco. And they always talk about the history of graffiti. Oh, and Swank. They always talk about the history, and they're like, "Oh, don't go for that. That's the history." And then REA is.
How do you feel about that?
What about the history?
Yeah.
Do you mean history in terms of like a piece that's been on a wall for a really long time, or like okay?
Yeah, break it down. Explain history for us.
Yeah, I guess the history is like if somebody who's famous who's in our world and has come through town and they've hit something up, I'm not going to paint over it. and try to tell nobody else to paint over it. King 157, he's come through, and actually downtown you have a Sess mural now. Sess and Caves, I mean, they're world known. They travel all over the world. Caves was in Subway Art, and so I mean those guys, they're hella known. So hopefully nobody paint over their stuff.
Yeah, and that's the challenge of like new kids coming in that literally don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing with it getting more popular now is that you have more kids do it, that they're not getting told how to act.
So how does that work? Because if it's like an outlaw art form, how does that literally happen?
Well, when you meet up with them, and then kind of guide them. Go out, paint with them, tell them what to do, what not to do, and then kind of the rules. Because you can tell the ones that like have no idea what they're doing, and they'll just Tweezer.
Yeah.
Tweezer, I don't think he's probably painted with anybody who's been doing it for a while. So
wasn't there a Tweezer piece that was like he had like leveled up? I feel like I saw like
Tweezer,
you just did a
Tweezer the 5-star.
Yeah.
So I ran into Tweezer in the alleyway yesterday. I went in there and this gentleman, he was sincerely a gentleman from Gentry, absolutely, was standing there in this nice fit, and he had his girlfriend with him, where they were together, and he just tells me, "Hi, I'm Tweezer," and I'm like, "No, you don't snitch, dude. What are you doing? You can't do this, man. Don't tell me your fucking name. Jesus, suspect me as a Fed at least a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you do? You're gonna get yourself in big trouble, homie. You know what I mean? That's like hood. That's some shit I learned. I didn't have to do outlaw shit. Oh my God. Anyway, but he said he started in December, is when he started painting in December.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
To see, right?
That's good.
I'm like, the fuck? How did you do that? The first Tweezer I saw was bad, homie. It was low key, like 2 stars. And now he's
5 stars. I mean, that's inspirational for all the kids out there to think you could start in you could be a 1 star in December. To here we are in June, you're in 5 on the Trueson scale.
No, that's like Prodigy type shit in my opinion.
Yeah, him a lot of those younger cats, man, they get good fast. I don't know how.
Is it neuroplasticity? When you're young, your brain learns shit faster?
Maybe, and I think they're probably allowed to be more creative now.
When
I was growing up, I mean, you were gay if you drew anything.
Yo, seriously, let's talk about that.
Yeah, you didn't draw because that was sissy shit.
Dang.
That's probably why graffiti appealed to me, because I don't know, it seemed a hell of a lot more rough than skateboarding and break dancing and all that shit. I loved it all.
And I really wanted to be into skateboarding. It just never worked out for me. I couldn't.
You had to be able to take a hit, man.
Couldn't stay on that. The art of hitting the ground. On that board, man. It only took about 1 fall.
Dude,
yeah, I
tried.
Times. I mean, I was all right, but then I moved down to Dallas, and I think it was an 11-year-old kid just ripping, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. Oh, and a guy with 1 leg.
Oh shit!
And he was going from one ramp to the other ramp, and I was like, yeah, I'm out on that.
So, how old were you when you started doing art?
Well, my grandmother, I started doing art when I was young. My grandmother had an art gallery. It was b-ball. My grandmother had an art gallery when I was a kid, and so we would paint there. But 16, I think, is when I found graffiti. And I'm not even sure how I did. I think we were at a club, and these dudes were like, come on, we're going to go tagging. I didn't know what it was, but...
Is this in Tulsa?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you remember which club it was?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Was it downtown or east or?
I have no idea. I just remember guys climbing up a pole and tagging it.
What year was that?
Oh God, 93.
93. I'm trying to think what was the music on the radio. I'm trying to paint the picture of imagining.
I mean, 93 was early hip hop. I mean,
Run DMC.
Yeah, golden age of. I mean, Run DMC was more late 80s.
Yeah, that's true.
Back then, we listened to a lot of industrial.
Okay.
Front 242 and Frontline Assembly.
See, I don't know.
That's old. And Nine Inch Nails.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Netzerev. There was a club back then called Icon,
Okay, yeah, I know about Yo, shout out. I think the guy who owned Icon owns WAMPA.
Oh, really? David Sutters?
Maybe they're homies.
Yeah, there might have been. I mean, there might have been.
Anyway,
he was the
deep
face of
Tulsa
it.
connection. We're steering off back to saying your first time tagging. So you go out, you see these guys climb up hole, then what?
Yeah, then I remember Terry, the guy that I ended up partnering up with, I guess. He was like, "Oh, we're gonna go tag." So they took me out, and man, I loved it because I like vandalizing before that. I'd watch your mom.
Could you speak on that a little bit? Could you speak on that?
I'd watch your mom paint flowers all day, and I'd go pick them up and throw them in the yard. I just liked all that stuff. Yanking out mailboxes and stuff. But then you do it with the canners, like, oh, this is awesome. Then when I was 17, it was Terry, Chester, and me, and we took Terry's 1980, I don't even know what, Dodge Omni.
Yeah, dude. Oh, the Dodge Omni.
The starter didn't work, so you had to jump start it everywhere. And or push
starting, yeah.
Push start it. And then we went down to Dallas, and man, I saw graffiti for the first time from Ozone and Mosquito, and they had covered Deep Elm, and that changed. That was all I could think of after that.
What years were you? I lived in Dallas for 6 years. When were you down there?
I went to school down there in '95, and then I was off and on until like '04. And then I lived in the last place I lived was in Magnolia Station, right across the street from American Airlines Center.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so
So
I
were you
painted all in Deep Elm, and then you remember what years were you there?
I was there 09 to 16.
Was there still a bridge that went under into Deep Elm that was covered with murals?
Oh yeah.
Me and my buddy did the one with the Angelina.
I was there when I got to Dallas. Deep Elm was like dead, so it was like basically like the street artists were running wild, and then I went back in like 2022, and like Deep Elm is now like uptown. Like Deep Elm is like where the whole bar scene is, and I mean there's still like street art, but I don't know. Like,
is it gentry?
I mean,
get gentrified?
I would say so. I mean, it was like always like the cultural. Probably in the 90s, it was like deep culture, and then I mean, Dallas is kind of weird. Like the culture kind of moves around, but I think there was like some violence and stuff that had happened, and then the scene kind of like left Deep Elm, and then it kind of came back even like bigger than before.
Yeah, it was the graffiti like mecca for a while, and then I think there was stick up kids that started robbing people, and I think it went dead there for however long. I'm sure it's all changed now. I haven't been there in years, but
oh, you wouldn't, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, there used to be a place, I think it was called Ace Parking Lot, and it was kind of a legal yard to go and paint. And I'd paint that all the time. And then I think
what was it that appealed to you the most about painting?
Man, I have no idea.
Because
it all seems so mystical and magical to me. Seeing like when you would see stuff and then trying to figure out how they did it, how I could do it, and I don't know, because it all and then back then you didn't have the internet, so you just had a couple graffiti mags that you would look at, so the names would build up in your head, like Sess or Caves, those names, and then in Subway Art, I read that cover to cover.
Okay, that's a book. I haven't read it out.
Yeah, they call that the Bible.
Okay,
that's that's the book that laid everything out for how you do graffiti. Down to side busting. How you're not supposed to side bust, and
what's side bust?
Side bust is if you see somebody on a wall and then you go right next to him, like Tweezer did.
Oh,
when he went up above him.
Yeah.
And then it touched Grizzlies. You don't do that.
Like Tweezer needs to spend some time with the good book.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, and then you've got it's Subway Art, and then there was spray can art. So I guess that would be like whatever the new edition.
Okay, spray can. Okay, so that's
spray can art was done in '80. So Subway Art was done in 1980, 81.
Okay,
and then they came out with spray can art, and that was more European. And that was in like '84.
So here's a question about the European versus U.S. scene. It seems like Europe seems to have, all I see is like these crazy burners in Europe, massive spaces like huge public spaces. I haven't been to Berlin. You've been to Berlin, but I've been to a bunch of other places in Europe, and I see some of the coolest fucking street art. And I'm wondering, like, is it just because it's Paris and it's got some of the coolest shit in the world, just period? Or is the legality scene different over there than it is over here? What's
I think it's more relaxed. I think they like it. They allow it to happen more.
Right. That was my
Definitely
assumption.
Berlin, like they like when, you know, after the war, like Berlin kind of opened up and there was like a certain area that was like almost just like handed over to the artists because like they needed people to move back and it was like cheap. And so then it was like kind of like a free-for-all for creatives.
Well, I wonder about like our city, right? Because we have people like you who are, in my opinion, putting our shit on. Literally, it's putting me on, right? Like there's people paying attention because of the art, and that takes so much fucking time. And then there's the risk of freedom involved. And for me as an artist, I'm always impressed because I work hard at my craft as well. I'm trying to stay up, like getting my name out and all that. But I have nothing but to gain from every single time I choose to create. It's different for somebody like you. And it's a shame that like our city, which seems to want to be the city that supports the arts, is a city of culture, a cultural hub, has this steel fucking boot level attitude on graffiti. And it's not just, you know, the charges and jail time and stuff like with Mango, which I don't even know. I know very little about it. But there's also the fact that we've covered all the art on the highway. At least my commute from my house over here, there used to be the Mango pieces. I think you had some Boost pieces up there. There's some really cool pieces that was just public art. I admired all the time. Like the Down Yaks are still there. And if they cover that shit, I'm gonna be so mad. Like I love that little corridor, and now it's just like this like prison fucking wall.
That's I don't understand.
And I'm like, we're paying for that. Your tax dollars are paying for that. My fucking tax dollars are paying for some guy to put ugly gray paint and not even have that shit match.
Yeah.
Dude, it's not even fucking matching. That's its own weird art. We're being subjected to like it's public art in this weird, twisted, fascist way. I'm gonna say it.
So the F word.
That's right.
Grants. They have a grant. They got $160,000 grant for graffiti removal.
Right.
And then they got $250,000. So where did that money go?
Can you imagine?
They say that they cover graffiti, and I'm like, I don't know.
They're not even good at it.
No. It's
so here's the thing: we're like lowest in education in the country. Oklahoma's education is not good as far as how it ranks, and we're spending how much money on covering graffiti?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Who needs to see this video? Somebody needs to see this video. Whatever going on, my public officials, the people I elected, right? The rest of the world is looking at us, and they're like, "Wait,
the world is watching."
The whole world, 38,000 people on Instagram are watching, and they're going, "Wow, Tulsa spent how much on covering graffiti with their low education rates?"
I'm sure that there's a lot more cities like Tulsa in that regard than there are like the free-for-all kind of spaces.
Well, it's a cultural thing. The point is, it's this American culture.
I personally think that Tulsa is doing great and wonderful with their money, and don't look at me.
I mean, honestly, though, it's like people like you. I don't know. I personally, the first time I saw the Boost, and I think here's maybe what it is. It all comes down to education. I think about this. There's this. People who don't know what they're looking at don't know what they're looking at. You could be looking at something. There's the story of a lost Da Vinci painting where it was lost. A guy finds one, but he didn't think he found the Da Vinci. He thought he found some copy of the Da Vinci, which still would have been amazing.
Yeah.
And only he knew what it was. That was a yard sale. He knew what it was because he knew what the fuck he was looking at. And he's like, that's a real painting from the Renaissance. Takes it to his university. It is a real painting from the Renaissance. And he thinks it's a disciple of Da Vinci's. They're like, no, it's the Da Vinci. They could prove it with x-rays and shit. Sells for $500 million, right? Before that, it had been lost and gone from little auction to like $400, $300. He bought it for $50 at a yard sale. because people didn't know what the fuck they were looking at.
Yeah.
It's the same shit with graffiti. I was the same. When I first had the jot thing, I was like, this shit is legitimately whack, but I like graffiti as an idea. So I was like, you know what? All right, let's put this out here and somebody do a good job, because this is 1 star on the Trueson scale, right? If it's 5 stars on the Trueson scale, nobody's gonna be mad about it. But a thing I've started to learn is that the thing it takes to get the 5 stars is the lifestyle. It is the tagging. It is the looking for spots. And now that I started to like learn how to read the tags, like the letter forms and stuff, man, it's like the most exciting part of it to me, because I'm like, yo, this shit is low-key amazing.
Yeah, the amount of hours and years that people have put into it trying to bend those letters. And then the frustration of trying to learn that. Like, I remember snapping pencils, and I'd get so pissed off because I couldn't funk a letter out or whatever. I mean, there's still like, it seemed like just nothing but frustration. And then you go on, I mean, Scene said, you should be done, what was it? Really, you should be done writing graffiti by the time you're like 22. He said, the only problem is that's when you start getting good at it, you know? And so then you're stuck with, well, shit, you keep trying to take it. And that's what I've done. I mean, now I've done it for forever, but shit's fun now. You know, because I don't have to worry about the letters. I put in all the work to be able to bend letters now. And now what I do is I try to change my letters and get movement out of them. Instead of getting a nice letter structure.
Man, that first boost you put on with on the concrete wall that had the wiggling fucking letter forms. Oh my God. That shit blew my mind. I was like, you have no idea. So I had a graphic design background, typography and all that. And that shit gets so deep. People have, again, they don't even know what they're looking at. If you have any idea how hard it is to like...
Everybody says, my 4-year-old could do that.
No.
So I'm always like, why do they always pick 4? All of them say, my 4-year-old. It's like, well, you must have a little...
Man, it's the same thing with abstract expressionism. It's true. A lot of people are like, I could do that, because they see paint splattered.
But you didn't do
and it's like, you didn't, and go ahead, splatter some shit. See if I like it. You might not like that, but the people who do, again, nobody's spending $500 million on a painting that's just some random shit. But if it's a Leonardo da fucking Vinci, they will, because they know what the fuck that is. They know what again, this is the evidence of the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a cool painting, it's a picture, but no, you have a piece of that whole human history. Like, that's where the magic is. And I think that this is my opinion about art at large, is that once you start to learn how to like really pay attention, it's not even like knowing shit, it's just observing what the fuck's in front of you and trying to understand it. Like you were saying, learning how the letters are done. And for me, it's like, I look at the thing and I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? All right, well, I'm looking at a spray can. Somebody had to move it like that. And I think about, how would I do that? That's a really clean sweep. That takes, you know what I mean? Like, as you start to process what you're looking at, and then think about having clean letters that are uniform or not, or interesting or bent, which colors are selected. When did they do this? How long did that take them? And I start to think, okay, because I legitimately haven't caught you. I haven't caught anybody who's like, I've caught one person, and they kind of wanted to get caught. But the point is, like, it truly has been a mystery to me, where I'll just wake up sometimes, no graffiti, and then sometimes the whole thing's just bombed the fuck out.
That's why I read the comments, and they're like, no way. That was permission. I'm like, no. And he really doesn't know.
Yeah, they don't believe it. And nobody will believe that it's literally the first time we're talking. They're never going to believe this.
Although, Trueson, you've told me that you've been like, because people have like requested, like, hey, I'd love to paint your wall. And you're like, no, I will not give you permission. Unfortunately, I leave the house at this time every day, and I'm gone until this time. And there's no way that I can stop you. And I tend to go to bed at, this time. So, but you do not have permission to tag the wall.
Yeah, no, you don't have permission. Like, because like people, the thing I don't want is somebody just wanting to get on content. People who are chasing, just want attention. And the other thing is, I want the good shit. Like I said, I want the authentic, I want the Leonardo da Vinci. I don't just want a master copy. I want the real thing. I am a conceptual artist. I'm into like what the art is existentially, not just the thing that's in front of me. That's the shit I'm personally excited by. And so not everybody cares, that's fine. But the point is, I don't want somebody who's needs to request permission, bitch. What?
Yeah.
What is this? Do you know what this game is? Like, that's weak as fuck. I'm a Gentry guy, and I wouldn't do that.
That's why I like
You gotta
the
just earn it.
front.
Just fucking hit it.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't stop you unless I stop you.
Yeah, there was, which one? I think I was doing the roses. Yeah, I just finished the line and I turned around and there was a cop going right by.
Oh shit!
And it was just like, oh shit. And you kind of wait for a little bit. When I was younger, you take off running, but now I just kind of freeze. And now that there's so many homeless in Tulsa, that's really good. So you just start walking.
Dude, hell yeah. Dude, this is for me as a, like an investigator in a way, trying to understand not just the graffiti culture, but Tulsa specifically, only through the limited evidence I have of the wall and all that. Yeah. It's interesting to hear you say that, because I've been thinking about where I grew up in DC as a teenager. The graffiti scene was just insane there.
Oh, yeah.
Wild, massive roller pieces, subways. I would take the subway all the time, and there was just crazy shit. And it had a huge, huge impact on my psyche about just like art, creativity, that led me to pursue art in college at a very young age, at like 16. Anyway, thinking about Tulsa, it's very different because we don't have a metro system. Very few people take public transit or even buses, and we do have a lot of it's very spread out. And so wall space, there's very little like public walls that are fit within the graffiti code, right? A lot of them are private things or churches and like shit you're not supposed to hit. And so what is interesting to me is to see how far you guys go. The all city thing is exciting because it's a vast distance that you wouldn't see like in New York. Your crew is gonna have a hard time going all city in NYC. Like, it's just dense. It's a lot of work to move around. Yeah. So people are gonna naturally be localized. But in Tulsa, it has its own kind of like suburban car highway. I see your shit all over the highways. Homie was showing me a picture. He's like, this is like down on 169, like way down south Tulsa. I saw this boost. And I'm like, dude, he gets around.
Yeah.
That's cool, because a lot of Tulsans don't. They have their little narrow corridor, like, I go from here to my work and I go to my house and that's it.
I like the funky spots that you wouldn't expect to see it. Like the South, I got a video sent to me once from somewhere in Oklahoma. I don't even know. It started with the W. I guess it was some little town I was in. I hit a bathroom and then somebody, they sent it on the video and they're like, come on, man, really?
Damn.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I guess I was there. I think it's somewhere down by Oklahoma City. I don't know, it's a little bitty town. But actually, because I would go and I meet a guy and buy spray paint. It felt like you were doing a drug deal, but we weren't. It was buying spray paint because he would get good paint and then he'd sell it for cheaper than what you could get it anywhere here. So we'd drive down there. And I guess somewhere in one of those little towns that I hit up. And I've seen Saber. Saber's a big LA graffiti artist.
Okay.
He's world known. I was at a gas station on the way back from Dallas, one of the little rinky-dink ones here, just off of 75. I don't know, and seen a Saber tag in the bathroom. It was like, damn, what the hell is he doing here?
Damn, so you guys get around. I'm curious to know about like some crazy stories that was because of graffiti.
Because of graffiti?
Yeah, some crazy graffiti. Like, what do you have, like a top 2 or 3?
I don't know. Chase, when I first went to Dallas, they used to have a drive-in theater right off the Central Highway. And so when I seen it, I was like, I wanted to hit that. So finally I don't know, it took me a week or whatever. And I got my cans together, put them in an Albertson sack, in a grocery sack. So I thought I was a genius. So if they stopped me, I could tell them that I was, I looked like I was at the grocery store or whatever. I was like 19. But I walked down there, I started painting it. And
were you painting like the screen that they project the movies on?
Yeah. I was doing the screen, and I just happened to look to my left, just as like a squad car's trunk went behind one of the screens. And so I bolted out of there and ran out of one of my shoes.
Oh my God.
And so I sat there for a second thinking, shit, do I like leave my shoe? Do I go back? Went back, put it on, I ran down and hit into a creek bed, like a dried up creek bed. And then I didn't know which way to run. and I looked back, and there was like a washout. So I got underneath there, and there was a root. Thank God there was a root hanging out, and so I was holding on to that, and everything was in the shadows except for my toe and my shoe. There was like light going, so I had to get that. So now, like the only thing that's holding me up is that root, and I could hear the cops walking like right above me, like their radios, the chatter on those, and then it went silent, and I was thinking like, fuck. I mean, I was down there forever. My arm was on fire, and I was like, man, they're not gonna be looking for me for that long. So I crawled out there, didn't see anybody. Thought, hell yeah. So I pulled a cigarette out, and then I looked back behind me, and this squad car was pulling up on the other side of the creek. So I hid under this grass, and the dude come out with the flashlight and shined it right where I was at. And I was like, oh, fuck. So then he drove off. I thought, all right, I'm out. Like, I got away with it. So I was walking between these two buildings, and I think I lit my cigarette. I don't know. But as it started to, like, fan out, shit, there was, like, 7 squad cars right there. And I was like, oh. So I about fell down there, and I took off running around the back of the thing. And then I was jumping over a bush, and I looked, and here comes that squad car pulling up. And I just hit the ground. I thought I was caught. So I just hit the ground, and I was like, fuck it. They're going to have to drag me out of here. So I was like, laid there. They never did come. I went to sleep. And that's after all that adrenaline, I guess, Red wore off. I went to sleep for a little bit. Woke up, they're still there. And I was like, God, I got to get out of here. So I drug myself through this and walked those. And I just moved to Dallas, so I really didn't know exactly which way home was. But I made it back. But yeah, that one stands out.
Damn.
If I had looked like a second before that, he would have seen me see him. If I looked a second later, I wouldn't have seen him go behind there. So like it worked out perfect. And then there's other stuff. Yeah, the hole in my hand. We got chased one night painting, and I jumped a fence, and I wasn't paying attention. And the V thing that plugged right into my hand, that freaking killed. And I still had to run. But it didn't hurt my hand, it hurt like in my shoulder. That was killing me. But yeah, we do I was endless chases, and my buddy got attacked by the canines. Surveillance. Yeah, we
What is like I'm obviously pretty unfamiliar with your world, but like what happened, like if you were to get caught tagging a wall, like what would the punishment be? Is it like jail time? Is it a fine? Is it probation? I mean,
yeah, I don't know how they're doing it now. It used to. I mean, I've gone to jail, had my ass beat by the cops, gone to jail. Then I've had notice to appear too. Well, I think I've been busted a few times. But like Mango, they charge him with felonies. And so
was it because of a particular wall that he tagged?
I think what they'll do is they'll lump them together, and then because I think they charge them with like $100,000 worth of damages.
Yeah, so for people who don't know, Mango is an artist in Tulsa, a graffiti writer who's a young guy. He went all city, which means he had his name everywhere in like a 50 square mile radius pretty much. And then got charged, was captured, and the news story kind of blew up in the town because everybody knew the name. And to hear like, oh my gosh, he was it was one guy, a young kid. There was a whole kind of free Mango movement, a whole free hashtag free Mango, and a lot of people in the comments of the videos are like, "Where's Mango? Where's Mango?" I'm like, "Do you guys understand he's facing felony charges?" But I don't really know the details. How could you shed some light on that?
I was just say he's on an ankle monitor. He's not paying anything.
Is he gonna have to face jail time?
No, I don't think he'll do jail time. Okay. I know he had to write a biography.
Okay.
Like a biography of himself to submit it to the judge.
What does that entail?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like a memoir?
Yeah.
Why did you make these decisions? Why? I don't know.
Because he's not an old guy, right?
No, he's a kid. He's young, and he's cool, man. He comes from a rough background. I mean, that kid could be doing a lot worse shit than he is. That's for sure. But He's a good kid. He's dope.
I mean, he seems like really good. Like the thing is, again, if people who've never tried to write a letter for
He
him,
obsesses about
like
these
try
letters.
writing a letter for him. Do yourself a favor, write your name in bubble letters. Just try it with a pen. And I can't wait for you to be so offended by how bad your shit is gonna look. It'll look like doo-doo.
Yeah.
There's so much like science and shit that's involved in making a decent bubble letter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, and then you see people, like the straight letter is the thing that blows my mind the most. When I see a clean straight letter, like the mango that was on the Broken Arrow Expressway with that upside down, the roller. This kid used, could you explain how he did that for people who don't know?
Oh, the roller, yeah, you just, well, I mean, it's just roll that stuff up there, but the way he
with
gets
like a paint roller on a stick, like not a spray paint can.
Yeah, he'll roll that, and then I don't know, because man, I don't know
how do you get those perfect shapes?
I don't
because like in typography, there's the way that, for instance, like an M
was just perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
I don't know how
the way even the counter in the A, like the inside part of it, there's like again with typography. I remember designing a font once for a client, and it was exciting, but it was also like my font. I wouldn't show it now. I'd be like, don't look. It was okay, but it was hard as fuck to make it look good. And to do it at a huge scale with a fucking roller at night or like how it blows, like again, it's like
and everything was perfect on it.
Dude, I think about it's the evidence of anybody who's looking at that, if they're aware, they have to recognize some person has been practicing a lot and risked a lot to then put their name in this crazy way. And how long did they have to do? Like there's all this shit that's going into that people are not at all.
Do people practice like in their in their backyard? Like do you have like a wall at your house that you can kind of like, or is it like just doing it in public over and over again?
Well, both ways. Some people will put up a masonite or whatever and practice on it, but now you've got a few legal spots, a couple legal spots that you can just paint and practice and stuff.
What are those legal spots?
You just had to do it over and over and over. What are the spots?
Yeah, like what, like how do you know what those spots are? Like,
oh, you get told, like, I mean, what is it, Omeyoki? You go back there and paint. I'd paint a couple different spots at down like 2nd and Elgin downtown by Rabbit Hole.
Okay.
I've been painting that for a while, and then Bar 46, that's got a fence that I get to paint.
Okay.
So,
but can anybody paint that, or is that okay? Yeah. So you have special rights. You've earned that status.
So when people come in town, take them there and they can paint, and they're done good. And then what was it behind Cane's, across the street from Cane's, behind OK Pop? That was a legal wall. I think it still is. And anybody could go and paint there.
They did. I know, like they did. Was it the Clean Hands Mural Festival? At one point, at Habit Fest, they painted
2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
Well, no, but this was like 3 or 4 years ago. They painted specifically like that wall behind OK Pop, with like some, I think, a few different pieces.
Oh, they have a mural. They have it on the west side, and then the north side was legal to where anybody could paint it. The REA did the whole wall once. Grizz painted the whole wall by himself once.
Oh wow!
Yeah, with the nap on the roller, and then with the thinnest one. I was like, he's beating himself to death doing that thing.
Dang.
Yeah, I don't know why he did it, but I mean, he did it. It looked cool because it was just his name, the whole side of the building.
Damn.
And I helped him with a little bit of it so he can say that he did it all himself.
It'd be sweet if we could get pictures of these things. I really hope
there are pictures of it. I know somewhere.
Have you always gone by Boost?
No.
How did that name come about? Or when did it come about?
5, 6 years ago, maybe. Okay. I think. Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought of it actually on the way to a wall. And I wanted to try, I wanted a new name. And so I was trying to think of one. And then actually, I think I thought of Boost Baby Bounce. Boost Baby Bounce.
So that's your full government name is Boost Baby Bounce?
Yeah, I was thinking like, I don't know, Miami bass music was like popping in my head. And then Boost Baby Bounce, so you would boost the wall. Like you steal the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and then you bounce, baby.
Yeah, in case people don't know, boost is a slang term for theft.
Yeah.
Yeah, in case anybody didn't know.
Yeah, I just saw the film I Love Boosters.
Yeah, I think what I did that, and then I didn't expect it to stick, but then I just kept, and then I started getting fast with the name, and then I did it backwards, and the reason I did it backwards was because I hate going out to the middle of the wall, especially if it's like the first piece of a night, and then like it just makes them too damn nervous. So I thought, well, shoot, I'll just start from the corner, and then I'll go out. So everybody, they don't realize that that's why I do it backwards. And then I got good at writing this stuff backwards. I was like, shit, I like it better that way.
Yeah, no,
meaning you paint from right to left.
Well, the whole thing is reversed. Like it's not just yeah. It's
I did that. I think it was like it was over the highway. I think on 15th or something. That's the one I did it because I didn't. Yeah, I was like, man, I was all nervous. I was like, man, I want to grab that light, but the corner was dark. So I was like, well, maybe I can do this thing backwards, and it worked out.
Do you take pictures like after you paint something? Like, do you like document for yourself, or you just put it on the wall and that's it?
Yeah, I will.
Cool.
It'd be
my phone.
Yeah, it'd be cool to to be able to show some of those on here. Be able to have them flash for anybody. That'd be sick to do it.
And it's great now that you have the where you can take pictures in the dark. Back in the day with just a click, the disposables. God.
Yeah, how did you paint it at night without like? Do you ever bring lights?
No.
Okay, so you have like dark vision or some shit? Like how do you see it at night?
You just sit there for a while until your eyes adjust to it, and then but I mean, and that's the reason why you use like real like white and black.
High contrast.
You use that high contrast because I've tried to paint like a piece that was black and red, and I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell what was what, and it just turned out a blob.
I do remember this issue one time I ran into the same thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, when I was a teenager, it was like behind a school somewhere in DC with a friend, and I had two colors that I couldn't see. I just couldn't see what I was doing. It was like complete darkness, and I was just like, oh, dude, I know this one sucked.
That one, you keep trying, and then finally it's like, I fuck this. I can't do it. But yeah, DC's cool. What's the guy? There's a famous guy, Cool Disco Dan.
Cool Disco Dan. I just remember this giant one that said SEK, SEC, on a humongous roller that was probably like, it was on the top of this warehouse, and you would get on the train, and at one point it would go from DC to Virginia, it'd cross the river, and as you're coming out of the tunnel going over the river, there's this giant like warehouse that had these SEK. Massive.
I love that stuff.
And I remember just being mind blown. Like I've seen some ancient sites around the world, and there's a sense of wonder when I saw the Great Wall of China, for example, of like, holy shit, I can't believe what humans are capable of. And graffiti does that to me. And that I don't get that in America kind of often. It's very rare that I'm walking around in my environment. The man-made environment inspires awe.
Yeah, going into Kansas City, I remember back in the day, and then as you got closer, you would start seeing the hit-ups on the highway and stuff, and they were getting bigger as you got in town. Man, I had that same feeling. It was just like, oh, shit.
Is it known, like, when, like, graffiti started? I mean, in terms of, like, what we think of, like, the modern art form, like, the style, I mean...
They say Cornbread, I think, from Philly.
Yeah. And what year would that have been?
It was 60s, 68 or something. I think that's when they give it to him. And then probably the early 70s, I think phase 2, there's a guy phase 2 that did, I think his first bubble letter. Different people are with different things that they contributed.
What was like Cornbread known for? Like,
well, just his tag. I think he just tagged. But then Talkie 183 was like the first, I guess, recognized tagger, because I did a story, I think, in the New York Times about him, and he was a courier, I think, and he just started writing Talkie 183, Talkie, his name, and then 183 is from 183rd Street, and then other people started putting their names and streets, and then So they would do the tag, then I started doing the tag, and then they'd outline it, and then phase 2 did the bubble letter. And that was mind blowing, I'm sure, back then. And then they just kept elevating it. And then in the 90s, it was insane what they were doing. They started doing dimensional pieces.
Right, 3D and stuff.
Yeah, 3D, and then they do transcendental stuff. And then now I mean, the stuff they're doing now is insane. Like the European paint, what you can do with it is unreal.
Are there cities that are like, what are like the meccas, like the top 5 kind of globally of like where every graffiti artist wants to go, or like where there's a high concentration of great artists?
Oh, it's New York, Detroit, probably LA.
What about in Europe?
Berlin, I think but I don't really pay attention to that stuff anymore. I just paint because I paint. I don't chase all of that. Back in the day, like I read about it all the time and like I studied it, but now it's what I do. So I don't really, like I don't have the drive to go out there and do it for anybody. Like I still get surprised when I drive down the highway and I see something, like I do something, and then I'm like, when I see it, I'm like, oh shit, that's fucking big. You know, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. So I don't know. I don't pay attention to the gears. Watching you was the first anything I'd watched in a minute about any of that.
How did that find you? Did somebody send it to you?
Yeah, somebody. Yeah, I know a bunch of people that send them to me now. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I watched it, and then now it's stern you were. This is my opinion. And I'll tell you how I feel about it. You're like, oh, I love it. I'm like, oh, no shit. Okay. Well, watch this.
Man, it's honestly been like one of the coolest like lessons for me in my life. I've been into this mindset that the obstacle is the way. And the idea is the thing that is kind of hitting you, colliding with you in your life is the thing you need to pay attention to. And rather than try to fight it and stop it, you say, yes, please come right in. And so in the case of the first step of graffiti, I went back there and I was like trying to decide if I was going to buff it, which is the term for painting over it.
Yeah.
And then, or not. And or not wasn't even really, I didn't think that was an option at first. I thought I had to because I live in a really nice neighborhood. Florence Park is a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I was like, one, I don't want my property value to go down. I worked hard to get into this house, man. I'm glad to be out of the hood. But then there's also this, so I could have just covered it and then, got more hostile. But the idea was like, oh shit, I'm into conceptual art. I'm like, this is technically street art though. And I don't have any street art in my art collection. It'd be kind of sick to have like, maybe I do have some real street art. Anyway, I never expected a guy like you who's like would come and do that. I didn't think it would happen. I thought I'd be stuck with this bullshit. You know what I mean? I thought I'd just be stuck in it. I'm like, whatever. But not only did I get some really good art, it's totally kind of given me this whole new opportunity for me as an artist, I have the experience of, a little bit of graffiti knowledge and experience as a young guy.
I haven't ever seen anybody start to critique it. Like, I think it's hilarious. That's funny as shit.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm such a nerd when it comes to art. Like, I'm so into it. I love the abstract stuff. I like the street stuff. I like the technical stuff. I like the historic stuff. I like the weird new stuff. I even like bad art. Like sometimes I love looking at some shitty art, I'm just into it because it's like the more you do it, the more you start to appreciate the doing of it. And I can't help but see it from the lens of the person who's making it. And there's something about that is interesting to me. And I think in graffiti in particular, the one why it stands out to me so much is like, I have to push myself to make art and I get rewarded for it. And here I see people who are doing it with consequences, not rewards for it. Man, there's some clout, I guess you could say, experience, what a satisfaction, but it's not like, like I shouldn't have a lot of trouble selling these flower paintings or like one of those, but like those will move. But I'm like, I'm not going to think about how I'm going to make money off of doing graffiti. And so I think for some people it feels like it's the truest, most sincere way to make art. I don't know if it's the truest, but there's something about it that's honest because there's anonymity, right? Maybe a few people who know you will know who it is, but most people won't. And in my case, it's the opposite. I sign my name on every painting, and you see my goofy face on the screen, like, hey guys, it's me. Hey, look at me, look at the work, pay attention, right? And there's this complete other thing. I don't know, it's cool, it's gangster.
Yeah, you can't, like, I can't post any of my stuff on any of my site or any of my social media because that's the first thing that gets looked at. You know, they look to see if they can link you with that. So I can't, I mean, even if it has a boost on it, I don't post it. Or I'll smudge that out. If I really like the painting, I'll black that part out so it doesn't have that name. But yeah, you can't. So there's a lot of people that have no idea that I write boost.
I'm curious how the double shot collab came out. Yeah.
The what?
You have a collab with Double Shot, right?
What now?
Or did they just do that
They just did it.
without permission? They didn't get permission?
They boosted the boost. Oh my God.
They're selling product with your name on it?
Somebody's gonna get met in an alleyway.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I went to Quickie Mart one day to get paint, and they happened to have. They were like, "Oh, we were just had your coffee," and said, "I didn't know anything about it. I know where that tag is, though.
Oh,
The
really?
one that they use on the can. Yeah. I mean, that's been.
How do you feel about it?
I don't know, conflicted. I mean, we sent them a cease and desist and stuff because it's like, man, I mean,
Yeah.
you kind of went overboard. You're using the logo. I don't mind if you do. And personally, I mean, the coffee tastes pretty good. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's not bad at all.
Shout out to-
Yeah.
Maybe we should get them to
I think
sponsor
I'm
this
honestly
video.
shocked. I
That's what everybody thought. Everybody thought that it was a collab that I knew about it, but I didn't know anything
well,
about it.
because like, you know, in contrast to like Quickie Mart, like Double Shot is a very like
Gentry.
it's very
Genteel.
gentle. It's very genteel.
It's I didn't know what it was, and then when I drove by it one day, and I was like, "Damn, that's a lot." When I think of coffee shop, I think of just a little coffee shop.
Oh yeah.
And I seen that, and it was like, "Oh damn!"
It's
I mean,
people
yeah.
got the what's that Patagonia vest with the white collar shirt, you know?
Yeah, I saw-
That's
I
that-
But it's like
those
you would
ones
think
are-
that it
yeah,
would be like, like a coffee shop that's like known in the street art world, or like a lot of artists work there or whatever, and like not just like your mom's favorite coffee shop that does the
Yeah,
fucking unauthorized boost. I'm actually mad. I'm like,
well, then you read the thing, and he says, "I've stolen from the best. I've stolen from this person, and now the boost." And
Wow.
That's what I was like,
Shots
oh, well,
fired.
damn, dude.
Damn. Okay. He's that's crazy.
Yeah. Then he came to like have a little art showing and stuff, and he came there and he gave me a sticker of my tag.
you're talking about the
Do
owner
you
of
think
Double
he-
Shot?
Yeah.
Do you think he knew it was you?
Yeah. He knew.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. I was like, well, buy some paintings.
Okay, so you sell paintings too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have paintings. At Bar 46.
Okay, I'll have to check them out.
Yeah.
Are they graffiti? Is it what kind of is it aerosol?
Yeah, they're aerosol.
Okay.
But they're weird stuff that I do.
Oh shit, I gotta
Some
check
of it's graffiti, some of it's just
Inside the bar? Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
We'll have to go and
I
have
do
you
the
guys
side of the Tulsa too. That's
The
a cool
Tulsa.
spot.
Oh yeah, the Tulsa bar down
Yeah.
at Blue Dome. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, but mainly 46 is where I have paintings.
Is that something you want to do more of? How long have you been doing that? This is
I've been doing paintings for forever. But yeah, I sell them here and there. I mean, I'm pretty consistent, I guess, with selling them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but it's not. I rarely do like the boost name. I don't know. I go in phases, like how it is.
Yeah.
Right now, I paint. They're like clouds with a kind of like Japanese tattoo wind clouds, but like a funky version of them. And I've been stuck on that. I've or 20 of those paintings. But they're just so damn cool to do. So, and then you mess with the colors and do different things to them. So that's my newest stuff.
Yeah, how much time do you spend painting, do you think, in a week?
A lot. I don't even know.
I said in one video, I'm like 40 hours minimum.
Oh yeah, probably.
I'm like, that's a thing that a lot of artists don't do. We had an episode just recently where we had a guest. We're talking about the work and the art and doing it and people not doing it and then some people doing it. It's interesting. I feel like the most important thing is that you're just fucking doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's what gets you good. That's how you learn. That's how you have breakthroughs. That's how people get to see your name. That's how you get up. Yeah. Step one, fucking do it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I always thought
do it
that, like,
a lot.
An artist, like a badass artist, would paint something and they'd do it once, and it was just awesome because they were so dope. Now I realize, like, no, you paint the thing like 10, 20 times, and then you get the feel of it. So everything that I draw multiple times, and then I just started giving more time to it. I mean, but back in the day, I did that, but I didn't paint as much. I still probably painted a lot, but nowadays that's pretty much all I do. It's because I'm still trying to figure all that out. I'm still trying to figure out how, how to get a look and get movement out of this stuff. So I don't know. I'm trying, and I'd spend a lot of damn time doing it.
It's tough when you can't have an Instagram page.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody even knows.
I mean, there's something, I don't know. There's a quote I use all the time, and now on the show I say it pretty much every episode, and it's, many artists dream of having made great art. Well, no, many people dream of having made great art. Few people dream of making great art. And the emphasis is on the making. Are you dreaming of you by yourself drawing? Is that you're like, oh man, I can't wait to be drawing? Or are you dreaming of being famous and people knowing and buying it and be like, oh, I know him, look at that. And a lot of people want the having made. I want the finished thing, I want it to be good, and I want it to be this way, and they're not thinking about.
I can't stand the like accolades or anything like that.
I kind of low-key love it.
Yeah, I can't.
Low-key love it.
I can't anymore.
I'm trying to get there.
I want to do it.
I'm trying to get where you're at.
Get done with it. I guess I like the process now. Now I'm more into the process of it, and I don't want to talk to anybody about it. Like when I'm done, but we can talk about anything else, other than art. But if it's something like this, I'm all about it. I mean, I'll talk all night about art, but just when you're out in normal life, I guess I don't even like people to know I do it. It's what I do. They don't need to know I do that. I guess that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Because then you start getting asked questions, and then I get real uncomfortable. Because I mean, graffiti, it's kind of a weird thing. Like I don't know. So there's people who think that it's cool. I mean, I think it's pretty badass. Then on the flip side of it, I'm like, man, that's pretty dumb. You're gonna go out there and risk your ass to put a fake name up. But then that name encompasses a lot too when you hear it, or you see it on the street. Like there's a feeling you get.
There is kind of a political message, I've always thought when I saw it. Right? Because like boost, here's my interpretation, right? The first time I saw it, I was like, oh shit, boost, because I know what that means. And it's like a name, but it's a verb as well, right? It's like it's an action. And that is like this thing you're seeing happening within kind of like, I don't know, class war in a way, right? It's like people boosting shit. Corporations own everything. And why the fuck should you support that whole like hierarchy and everything, right? And it's kind of like, that's kind of, to me in a way, I saw it as kind of like a call to rage against the machine in a way. And whether you intended that or not, people like me are interpreting it. And who knows how many other people
the interpretations
are interpreting
of
it that way.
That I do. Because I'm like, damn, why didn't you think of that?
But I mean, I guarantee you other people are. Yeah.
Closing the O's off. I was like, oh, damn, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, yeah, no.
I was like, man, I like that.
Wait, so somebody put the X's on?
No, he put.
No, I put the X's on there, but I didn't
You just thought of it in the moment.
Like we're closing off because of how the dog did that.
Yeah. So the first one, there's this
That
dog.
one was good, dude.
Honestly, the dog humping one was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
That was funny.
I couldn't believe
like,
how good that design. So this is my graphic designer. I've done a lot of logos. I have like an obsession with logo design, of saying the most with the fewest lines, perfect shapes, minimalism. It's really hard. And his character, so far as I'm aware, looks completely unique. It doesn't look like a bootleg version of a character we all know.
Right.
That's hard to do, to be original. But it's so simple, and its shape is very aesthetic. I just was really into it. And of course I didn't get the pants, so
I didn't either.
I thought it was like a fart cloud. And you're like, it's pants, Once they said it, I could see it. We'll have an image of the show up in case people haven't seen it.
That's funny, because until you said that there was pants, I didn't know that. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so people in the comments, everybody seemed to know it's pants.
That first one was great.
Yeah.
And I like it because it looked like it was done with like stock caps. You know, like, and I thought that was really
And see,
cool.
there's a deeper appreciation you have that I'm not.
Yeah, because I looked at you look at what they did it with, and it's like, damn, that's just with stock caps and shitty paint. Like, I like that stuff. You know, that's the whole, like the rich kids have caps and all that, which I use caps. I can't stand stock caps, but I used them for years back in the day. But I don't know, I like it. I think it gives a gritty, grimy ass feeling to it.
Yeah, that kind of like
the way he did it was like, I was like, damn, that's
tell me about that whole story, because he, I guess, first hit the fence.
Yeah.
Then you hit that wall. Was his up before yours?
No, his was up, and then I did it because
Had you known who he was by then? Okay.
No, I just started seeing it, and I thought it said Jock 7, and then he did that wall, but then there was something I'd heard he had an issue with vase, and so I just happened to be passing that, and I seen it, and I was like, oh, hell, so I put mine over it, and then we started back and forth.
Okay, because you covered that up, and then Minecraft Chicken Jockey came, and so I'm like, maybe that was Dog. I don't know.
No.
Do you know who that was?
I think it was the guy who did the Vando.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, because the Vando to me honestly looks. The Vando to me was low key so bad. I'm like, this person's. No, actually, well, I don't know.
Because there's a few different names that and they're all just so.
But at least back to Dog. Then Dog did the big throwy on that utility like building, and that was like right as I started to kind of like get interested in stuff, and I'm like, oh, a throw up. It was like the moment that one kind of hit my zone, and I was excited because prior to that, tags and throw ups I didn't like. I just had to like because I grew up in DC with huge pieces and burners, and as like a kid in art school, I wanted to be like, I want to paint like I could see the skill required to do that was something I didn't understand. As for a throwy, and I probably saw a lot of shitty throwies, honestly, is probably what it was.
They get messy.
Because like, yeah, a good throwy versus a bad throwy is it feels like a completely different. Thus the scale. Some shit is 1 stars, it is graffiti, it is a throw up. And it's trash,
and
nobody needs to see it.
Some of the shitty ones are good. And that's the thing about it too. It's definitely fucking hard because it's like that one looks like shit, but then that looks like it's really good.
You like the Fatso's tag? Fatso's tag. There's one that was on this box on that same wall that was like sloppy. Sorry, Chris. I know you're like, what the hell are you talking about? Anyway,
No.
some of it's really interesting.
Well, he had a wreck, I guess, and something happened to where with his nerves.
Oh, okay.
And that's why his tags look different now.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I actually had heard this yesterday. Somebody was telling me about that. Like that and so that's interesting to me that it's showing up in the hand in a literal way.
And it's cool that he's still doing it.
Yeah.
Like he's still doing it.
Yeah, I see his tags up.
It's gotta be frustrating as hell, I would think. Like if there's something that you've been doing, because obviously he's been doing it forever and everything was clean, and then you have a wreck and then you can't do that anymore. That's gonna be frustrating as hell, but he's still doing it, which is cool.
Yeah, what's your excuse? What's your excuse? People who haven't done it yet? Oh, I know that. It's like, nah, man, there's people out here who have nerve damage and are still fucking hitting walls. All right. Yeah, come on.
They're willing to get arrested.
That's right. With your bitch ass. Grow up and hit a wall. I mean, I'm actually not condoning on this official platform.
You do not have permission.
Yeah, you do not have permission to hit my fence. This is vandalism. That's illegal. Don't break the law. But
I'm always the bearer of bad news.
oh man, I feel like we're just getting the dog 7 question of the dog
well,
and the capping.
I was going to say is that we do need to wrap soon, but is there anything else that you guys wanted to mention?
I actually did want to ask about the dog 7 situation between you and him. I don't know. I saw that he had capped some of your other stuff too, not just there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't know if the beef was for the gram. Is it for real? Like, what's the situation?
Shoot, I don't know.
Because personally, I love the work. I think his shit is amazing. And I never would have had any attention had Dog not drawn that immaculate.
Yeah.
The throwy was good. I mean, he set the whole fence off. Literally, it was his first tag that got the whole shit started. Mm-hmm. And so, like, in a way, I feel indebted to him. But I love his shit.
I like the back and forth. I mean, it wasn't a beef for me.
Yeah.
It was going back and forth. I mean, I think it's part of graffiti. I just like it. And that first one, man, I was like, damn, that's fucking genius.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So that keeps me interested in it. So I don't know. I hope it's not a bad deal.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any animosity anymore. I used to get involved in the beefs and man for years, but I try to stay out of that now. But I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how he feels about it, but me, I don't know. It just go over my stuff. It's paint. I'll paint back over it. It's not
Hell
that
yeah.
big of an issue to me.
That's
anymore.
what I want to hear. That's my attitude. I am not like as I've told some people lately. I'm like, I'm not a street guy.
Yeah.
I'm genteel, man. I'm trying to have my little cravat and my napkin, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have no crazy shit happening. And there's people in the comments that'll say things like, just wait till the bullets fly.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, homie, this is Tulsa.
Yeah.
Okay, like, that's why I don't live in LA. That's why I don't live in your fucking boroughs where bullets fly. Like, I'm trying to stay out. I live in Florence Park.
Although I was painting one night and they weren't shooting at me. I think they were just shooting at somebody. I don't know. But then they started skipping right next to me.
Shit. This isn't Florence Park.
No, this is in Hell's Ditch.
Hell's Ditch? Wait, where? In Tulsa?
I'm gonna go and just stay out of Hell's Ditch. I think that's probably my strategy.
Yeah, it was wild. I don't know if there was an argument or something. Where's it? By Sutherland's?
Okay.
Over by Sutherland's in that ditch area. And I was painting. I wasn't around anybody. And I think I heard an argument way off, and then boom, 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 boom. You heard the gunshots. And then started hearing those things coming and ricocheting, like right behind me.
Shit.
And my first thought was like, oh shit, I want to see what's going on. And just like, no.
Have you ever had to run from gunfire?
No, I haven't.
See, that's some shit I had at like 16 is the first time to run from gunfire at a party.
It's the weirdest.
And it's just like, oh shit, it's happening. Oh my God. And everybody starts running.
Those bullets sound so fucking
crazy.
Just like you're ripping the air. It's weird. I've never
had that close to.
Yeah, it was pretty. I was like, damn.
Well, we're getting close to the end of our time. This is your moment to like talk about anything you want to cover, talk about. You can use the cameras. You can look right into that camera if you want, or anything you want to say.
It's weird because normally people tell people to follow them on Instagram or like this is where you find me.
Yeah, you can keep following me, and when he hits my wall,
he'll keep you updated.
Yeah.
Don't follow me.
Is there anything else you wanted to say to people while you're on the show that you haven't had an opportunity to say yet?
No, not really. Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah.
We always end the show with the guests looking in the camera and just say who you are, and we end the show with the phrase, keep the channel open.
I'm Boosh. Keep the channel open.